Well, it's the difference between a comedian and a comic actor. Well, comedians can be sad too, but I'm not sad now. But I don't like to have to perform. I don't want to shock your audience, but I don't care for show business.
Gene Wilder, the brilliant actor and comedian, had a legendary career. Yet, there were speculations about his dislike for director Mel Stuart. Did Gene truly hate Mel, or was it something else? In this video, we'll uncover the truth behind their rumored feud. We'll also delve into Gene Wilder's life and career, exploring his rise to fame, his iconic roles, and the personal challenges he faced. Early life. Jerome Silberman, whom the world knows as Gene Wilder, was born on June 11, 1933, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. His mother, Jean Silberman, was a homemaker, and his father, William J. Silberman, made novelty items. The Silberman family was of Russian Jewish descent, and their heritage had a strong influence on Gene's early life. Gene showed a keen interest in acting from a young age. His first experience with theater was at 8 years old when he watched his sister in a play. This moment left a lasting impression on him and sparked his passion for acting, setting the foundation for his future career in entertainment. Gene's childhood was a mix of inspiration and hardship. At 6, his mother was diagnosed with rheumatic fever, which weakened her heart. Her doctors advised her to avoid stress, and Gene felt responsible for keeping her happy and calm. This sense of responsibility influenced his approach to comedy, as he often tried to bring joy and laughter to those around him, a trait that became a hallmark of his career. Gene attended Washington High School in Milwaukee, where he continued to pursue his passion for acting. He joined the school's theater club and participated in various plays, showcasing his natural talent. After high school, he went to the University of Iowa, majoring in communication and theater arts, which helped him further develop his acting skills. In 1955, after graduating from the University of Iowa, Gene was drafted into the United States Army. He served as a paramedic in the Department of Psychiatry and Neurology at Valley Forge Army Hospital in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Despite the demands of military service, Gene stayed connected to acting by participating in the hospital's theater program, where he wrote and directed plays for his fellow soldiers. After his military service ended in 1957, Gene moved to New York City to pursue his acting career. He enrolled at the HB Studio, an acting school founded by Herbert Berghoff, and also took classes at the Actors Studio under the guidance of Lee Strasberg. Strasberg's teachings had a significant impact on Gene, helping him refine his method acting skills. To support himself while studying, Gene worked as a fencing instructor and taught acting classes. Despite financial challenges, he remained dedicated to his goal of becoming a professional actor. He auditioned for roles and performed in off-Broadway productions, gradually building his reputation in the acting community. During this period, he adopted the stage name Gene Wilder. He chose Gene for its friendly sound and Wilder as a tribute to playwright Thornton Wilder, whom he admired. This name change was a crucial step in his journey to becoming a renowned actor, multiple marriages, and a successful career. In the early 1960s, Gene Wilder was determined to make his mark as an actor. His big break came in 1961 when he starred in Arnold Wesker's play Roots. This role earned him critical praise and opened doors for more theater opportunities. Gene appeared in several off-Broadway productions, consistently impressing audiences with his powerful performances. By 1963, Gene's talent caught the eye of TV producers, and he landed a small role in the series The DuPont Show of the Week. This marked his move from stage to screen. In 1967, Gene secured his first significant film role as Eugene Grizzard, a clumsy undertaker, in Bonnie and Clyde. Though his part was brief, it was memorable and showcased his knack for blending comedy and drama. This role got him noticed by both viewers and industry insiders, setting the stage for future success. Gene's career took off in the same year of 1967 when he was cast as Leo Bloom in Mel Brooks's comedy The Producers. The film, about a failing Broadway producer and his anxious accountant planning a flop musical to swindle investors, was a huge hit. Gene's portrayal of the frantic Leo Bloom was widely praised, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. This role not only established him as a top comedic talent, but also began a long and successful partnership with Mel Brooks. Gene's performance in The Producers is still celebrated, marking the start of his rise to fame. After The Producers, Gene continued to excel in both theater and film. In 1970, he starred in the historical comedy Start the Revolution Without Me, showcasing his versatility. That same year, he appeared in Quaxer Fortune Has a Cousin in the Bronx, a romantic comedy that further demonstrated his range. Gene's ability to adapt to different genres made him a standout in the industry. One of Gene's most notable collaborations with Mel Brooks came in 1974 with Blazing Saddles. In this Western satire, he played Jim, known as the Waco Kid, a washed-up gunslinger who befriends the new black sheriff of a racist town. Blazing Saddles was a huge hit and is now considered one of the greatest comedies ever made. Gene's performance was key to the film's success, and his chemistry with co-star Cleavon Little was highly praised. This role secured Gene's reputation as a talented and versatile actor. In 1971, Gene Wilder took on one of his most famous roles in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The movie, based on Roald Dahl's popular children's book, had Gene playing the quirky and mysterious candy maker who invites kids into his magical factory. Gene's portrayal was a perfect mix of whimsy, mystery, and a touch of menace, which captivated viewers. Though the movie got mixed reviews at first, it has since become a beloved classic with Gene's performance at its core. His take on Willy Wonka remains one of the most loved characters in film history. Another big moment in Gene's career came with Young Frankenstein in 1974, a film he co-wrote with Mel Brooks. This comedy-horror spoof of old monster movies had Gene playing Dr. Frederick Frankenstein, the grandson of the notorious Dr. Victor Frankenstein. The film was a hit both critically and commercially, and Gene's performance, along with his sharp, funny script, was highly praised. Young Frankenstein even earned several Academy Award nominations, including one for Best Adapted Screenplay, showing off Gene's skills not just as an actor, but as a writer too. In the same year, Gene was in The Little Prince, a movie adaptation of the well-loved book by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. He played the fox, a role that let him show a softer, more thoughtful side. This part highlighted Gene's ability to play a variety of characters, proving his versatility as an actor. The next year, Gene made his directorial debut with The Adventure of Sherlock Holmes's Smarter Brother in 1975. He also starred in the movie as Sigerson Holmes, Sherlock's lesser-known brother. Although the film didn't reach the success of his earlier works, it showed Gene's ambition and versatility, both on-screen and behind the camera. His efforts as a director showcased his creative vision and desire to make broader contributions to the film industry. Around this time, Gene's personal life was also changing. In 1960, he married Mary Mercier, but they divorced in 1965. He then married Mary Joan Schutz in 1967 and became stepfather to her daughter, Catherine. However, this marriage ended in divorce in 1974. These personal challenges were tough for Gene, but he stayed focused on his career, using his experiences to fuel his work and performances. More successful projects. In 1976, Gene Wilder starred in Silver Streak, a comedy thriller directed by Arthur Hiller. This movie was the first of many successful collaborations with comedian Richard Pryor. In Silver Streak, Gene played George Caldwell, a book editor who gets caught up in a murder plot while on a train. The chemistry between Gene and Pryor was fantastic, and their dynamic performances were the film's highlight. Both critics and audiences loved Silver Streak, making it a big hit and paving the way for future team-ups between the two actors. In 1977, Gene wore multiple hats in The World's Greatest Lover. He wrote, directed, and starred in this comedy inspired by silent films. Gene played Rudy Hickman, a baker with dreams of Hollywood stardom. Despite his creative effort and the film's nostalgic appeal, The World's Greatest Lover got mixed reviews and wasn't a box office success. However, it showed Gene's love for classic Hollywood and his willingness to take creative risks. 2 years later, in 1979, Gene starred alongside Harrison Ford in The Frisco Kid, a Western comedy directed by Robert Aldrich. Gene played Avram Belinsky, a Polish rabbi traveling across the American frontier. While the movie showcased Gene's talent for blending humor with heartfelt moments, it didn't do well at the box office and got lukewarm reviews. Still, The Frisco Kid is proof of Gene's range as an actor. Gene reunited with Richard Pryor in 1980 for Stir Crazy, directed by Sidney Poitier. In this comedy, Gene and Pryor played friends wrongly convicted of a bank robbery and sent to prison. Their performances and comedic timing were widely praised, making Stir Crazy a major box office hit. It became one of the highest-grossing films of the year, cementing Gene and Pryor's status as a beloved comedic duo. In 1982, Gene starred in Hanky Panky, a comedy thriller directed by Sidney Poitier. Gene played Michael Jordan, an architect caught up in a murder conspiracy. This film was notable for introducing Gene to Gilda Radner, his future wife, who co-starred with him. Despite their great chemistry, the movie got mixed reviews and didn't do well commercially. However, it marked the start of one of Gene's most cherished personal relationships. In 1984, Gene wrote, directed, and starred in The Woman in Red, a romantic comedy based on a French film. He played Teddy Pierce, a married man infatuated with a mysterious woman in a red dress. The movie did moderately well at the box office and featured the Oscar-winning song I Just Called to Say I Love You by Stevie Wonder. The Woman in Red showed Gene's talent for blending humor with romance. In 1986, Gene Wilder directed and starred in Haunted Honeymoon, a comedy horror film where he played Larry Abbott, a radio actor facing his fears in a spooky mansion. The film also featured Gilda Radner and Dom DeLuise. Unfortunately, Haunted Honeymoon didn't do well, getting poor reviews and failing to recoup its budget. Despite this, the film is remembered for the heartfelt performances by Gene and Radner. Gene's personal life took a significant turn in 1984 when he married Gilda Radner. They had met while filming Hanky Panky and quickly became one of Hollywood's beloved couples. Their relationship brought joy to both, and they often worked together on projects. Their bond was evident both on and off screen, making them a favorite Hollywood couple. Tragically, Gilda was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 1986. Gene supported her throughout her battle with the disease, and they worked together to raise awareness about cancer. Despite treatment, Gilda passed away on May 20, 1989. Her death deeply affected Gene, who then became an advocate for cancer awareness and research in her memory. This loss had a profound impact on Gene, influencing his later life and work. In 1989, Gene teamed up again with Richard Pryor for See No Evil, Hear No Evil, directed by Arthur Hiller. In this comedy, Gene played Dave Lyons, a deaf man, while Pryor played Wally Carreau, a blind man. Together, they get involved in a murder investigation. Despite mixed reviews, the film was a commercial success, showcasing the enduring appeal of the Gene-Pryor partnership. Their chemistry and comedic timing delighted audiences. Gene starred in Funny About Love in 1990, directed by Leonard Nimoy. This romantic comedy drama featured Gene as Duffy Bergman, a cartoonist struggling with his desire to become a father. The film received mixed reviews and didn't perform well at the box office. While Funny About Love didn't achieve significant success, it highlighted Gene's ability to handle more dramatic and nuanced roles. A challenging period. In 1991, Gene Wilder reunited with Richard Pryor for the movie Another You, directed by Maurice Phillips. Gene played George, a pathological liar just released from a mental institution and mistaken for a wealthy man, while Pryor played Eddie Dash, a con artist teaming up with George. Despite their famous on-screen chemistry, the film didn't do well with critics or audiences. Another You was Pryor's last film due to his declining health from multiple sclerosis, marking a low point in Gene's career and highlighting the challenges of maintaining past successes amid personal and professional changes. In 1994, Gene made a return to television with the NBC sitcom Something Wilder, where he played Gene Bergman, a middle-aged man juggling career and family. Despite Gene's comedic skills, the show struggled with ratings and was canceled after one season. This underscored how tough it can be for even beloved actors to move from movies to TV. In 1995, Gene's life took a dramatic turn when he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He went through chemotherapy and a stem cell transplant and eventually went into remission. This health scare led Gene to step back from acting and focus on his personal life and writing. Gene's personal life found new joy in 1991 when he met Karen Boyer, a clinical supervisor for the New York League for the Hard of Hearing. She helped him prepare for a role, and their professional relationship soon blossomed into a deep personal connection. They married in 1998, marking a period of stability and happiness for Gene. Karen provided immense support during his battle with cancer, bringing much-needed comfort and strength to his life. As Gene stepped away from acting, he channeled his creative energy into writing. In 2005, he published his memoir, Kiss Me Like a Stranger: My Search for Love and Art, offering an intimate look at his life, career, and relationships. The book was praised for its honesty and insights into Gene's personal and professional experiences. Though he had mostly stepped away from acting, Gene made a brief return in 1999 in the TV movie Alice in Wonderland, playing the Mock Turtle. This was one of his last acting roles, as he gradually shifted his focus to writing and personal life. In 2002 and 2003, Gene made a notable guest appearance on the popular TV sitcom Will and Grace, playing Mr. Stein, Will Truman's boss. This role earned him an Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series, reminding everyone of his enduring talent and comedic timing. After his recovery from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, Gene became a passionate advocate for cancer awareness. He and Karen supported various cancer-related charities and organizations, raising awareness about the disease and the importance of early detection and treatment. Gene's advocacy efforts were a proof to his determination to use his personal experiences to benefit others, extending his legacy beyond the entertainment world. Writing career. In 2007, Gene Wilder took a big step into the literary world with his first novel, My French Whore. This romantic adventure, set during World War I, tells the story of an American soldier who falls in love with a French woman while on a secret mission behind enemy lines. The novel was warmly received, with readers enjoying its charm and simplicity. This book marked Gene's successful move from acting to writing, showing off his talent for storytelling in a new way and establishing him as a talented author. Following the success of his first novel, Gene released The Woman Who Wouldn't in 2008. This comedic novel is about a man who falls for a woman who initially rejects him, leading to a funny and touching exploration of their relationship. The book was well received, with critics praising its wit and emotional depth. The Woman Who Wouldn't further confirmed Gene's ability to engage readers with his unique voice and humor. In 2010, Gene published What Is This Thing Called Love?, a collection of short stories exploring different aspects of love and relationships. Drawing from his own experiences and observations, Gene created stories that were both touching and humorous. The collection was praised for its insight and emotional depth, enhancing Gene's growing reputation as a writer. In the same year, The Woman Who Wouldn't was released in paperback, making it more accessible to a broader audience. The novel's continued popularity showed Gene's appeal as a writer and his ability to connect with readers through his storytelling. During these years, Gene made occasional public appearances, often related to his advocacy for cancer awareness and research. His battle with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and the loss of his wife, Gilda Radner, to ovarian cancer had deeply influenced his commitment to these causes. Gene supported various cancer-related organizations and took part in events to raise awareness and funds for research, using his platform to make a positive impact. Throughout these years, Gene enjoyed a quiet life with Karen in Stamford, Connecticut. He focused on his writing and spent time with family and friends. Despite earlier health challenges, Gene remained active and engaged in his literary pursuits. He found peace in the serene environment of their home, where he could reflect on his past and create new stories. Karen continued to be a pillar of support for Gene, just as she had been during his battle with cancer. Their relationship was marked by deep love and mutual respect, and they cherished their time together. Gene's health remained relatively stable during these years, allowing him to continue his work and enjoy his personal life. Final years. By 2012, Gene Wilder had mostly stepped away from public life, focusing on his writing and spending time with loved ones. Though he didn't release any major new works during these years, he stayed active in the literary scene and was a familiar figure at events promoting cancer awareness. His past contributions to movies and books remained appreciated by fans and critics, keeping his influence alive. In 2014, Gene kept a low profile, enjoying his retirement quietly in Stamford, Connecticut with his wife, Karen Boyer. He had left the public eye but still connected with his fans through letters and emails, expressing his gratitude for their support. His earlier films and books were often revisited and celebrated, affirming his place as a beloved cultural figure. In 2015, Gene made his last public appearance at the U.S. Open tennis tournament in New York City. Despite his failing health, he appeared cheerful and was warmly received by the public. At the time, Few knew he had been battling Alzheimer's disease for several years. Gene and his family chose to keep this diagnosis private to avoid causing concern among his fans, wishing to preserve the happiness and positivity his work had always brought. On August 29, 2016, Gene passed away at his home in Stamford, Connecticut, at the age of 83. His death was due to complications from Alzheimer's, a condition only revealed after his passing. In a statement, his family shared that Gene had kept his illness private to spare his fans from sadness. His passing marked the end of an era, but his legacy lived on. After Gene's death, tributes from around the world celebrated his life and career. Fans, colleagues, and celebrities reflected on the joy and laughter he had brought through his iconic roles in movies like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Young Frankenstein, and Blazing Saddles. Gene's contributions to comedy were widely honored, and his impact on the genre was highlighted in various retrospectives and memorials. Efforts to honor Gene's legacy included special showings of his classic films, detailed looks back at his career, and writings celebrating his life and work. The Gene Wilder Cancer Research Fund, created in memory of Gilda Radner, continued its mission to support cancer research and awareness. His books, including his memoirs, novels, and short stories, were revisited by readers who cherished his storytelling and deep understanding of human emotions. Gene's influence went beyond his roles in movies and his writings. His advocacy for cancer awareness and his sincere efforts to help others left a lasting mark. As new generations discovered his work, Gene Wilder remained a timeless inspiration in comedy, acting, and writing. Did Gene Wilder hated Mel Stuart? Gene Wilder is best known for his memorable performance as Willy Wonka in the 1971 movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, directed by Mel Stuart. Even though the film was a hit and left a lasting mark on pop culture, Gene had mixed feelings about his role and his time working on the movie. His ambivalence stemmed from creative clashes with Mel, worries about the film's commercialization and its effect on his career. Gene and Mel often disagreed on how Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory should be portrayed, which caused frequent tension during filming. Gene, who was careful about his acting, wanted Willy Wonka to be a complex and mysterious character, mixing whimsy with a touch of darkness. Mel, however, aimed for a more straightforward, family-friendly version. Their main conflict revolved around how to depict Willy Wonka. Gene thought Wonka should be unpredictable and layered, making the audience constantly guess about him. Mel, in contrast, preferred a simpler, more relatable character, believing it would appeal more to kids and families. One key disagreement was over Willy Wonka's entrance. Gene suggested that Wonka should walk with a cane and then do a somersault to surprise everyone, adding depth to his character. Initially hesitant, Mel finally agreed, and the scene became iconic. This incident highlighted the tension between Gene's creative vision and Mel's direction. Besides these creative differences, Gene was uncomfortable with the commercial side of the film. The Quaker Oats Company financed the movie to promote their new Willy Wonka candy line. Gene felt this marketing aspect compromised the film's artistic value, which bothered him. While Gene's portrayal of Willy Wonka was widely praised, he had mixed feelings about the role's impact on his career. He worried that the success of Willy Wonka might typecast him, limiting his opportunities to play diverse roles. Gene feared being forever linked to the whimsical chocolatier, which could box him into similar quirky roles despite his broad acting talents. He appreciated his fans' love, but was wary of being known only for this one character, as he wanted recognition for his entire body of work. Over time, Gene openly discussed his mixed emotions about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in interviews and his memoir, Kiss Me Like a Stranger. He talked about his initial excitement for the project, the challenges during filming, and his complex feelings about the film's legacy. Gene initially embraced the role with great enthusiasm, seeing it as a chance to bring a memorable and nuanced character to life. His love for Roald Dahl's original book also influenced his decision to join the film. However, the filming process was not smooth. Gene often felt that his vision for Willy Wonka clashed with Mel's direction, leading to frustration. Though he respected Mel's skills as a director, these creative conflicts made the filming experience challenging at times. In later years, Gene recognized the impact of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory on his career and its significant place in pop culture. He appreciated the fans' affection for the film, but felt that his other work deserved attention and celebration too. Gene wanted to be remembered not just as Willy Wonka, but as a versatile actor with a wide range of talents.